May I have your attention, please? Please welcome Mr. Randy Taylor.
I don't know how this happened, but I think it's because I wore a suit, so I get to be the one that speaks. The good news is I promised to make this really brief. I just want to introduce myself and Elias a little bit later, and then all of a sudden say something really important that it's really vital that you guys showed up. And welcome to the, second annual holiday party. Well, second for me, so it's the fourth annual holiday party for GNA. Let's give ourselves a hand. And I want to make just a couple comments, and I know that sometimes if I'm not accused, it's true anyway, of saying the things that are already obvious. Okay, but networking can change your life, and I want to say that because it's changed mine. I've been like a salesperson for 40 years, and I thought, I've been networking like locally with all these different groups, several groups for like 5 years, and I thought, wow, network 5 years, that's a long time. I went to one group 350 times in a row, consecutive weeks without missing a meeting. That's what you got to do to get the relationship. Well, what happened is 4 years later, I ran into some things that basically gave me a second career path. So I still want to do what I've done for 30 years, but I mean, I'm going to be on TV next Monday. It never would have happened if things didn't happen last month, before. And it's happened over and over and over for me, and it's actually been people that I've met at least a year ago to 4 years ago that became my best contacts. So if you get disappointed because you go to a meeting and you give out cards and you don't get any business right away, getting business is only part of it. You make lifetime friendships. It sounds corny, but it's quite true. And then you have situations like I'm going to mention a little later about a favor that Elias did for me, and that bonds you to people, and then you have loyalty. When you have loyalty, it's like compound interest. Networking gets better. Every month you do it, every year your connections get better, and you get more of them, and it gets easier. So that's what I have to say on that. But I had to throw that out because I feel so strongly about that. The other thing is, we all talk about paying it forward, and you really say it, a lot of it's lip service outside, well, I'll pay it forward and things come back to you and all that. And then you have people to the other extreme that say, well, you pay it forward and it comes back tenfold. That's not true either. But if you do pay it forward, I tell you, it makes a huge difference. I've done a couple things without, too much self-promotion, so I won't give the specifics, but a couple people I met 4 years ago came to me this year, and this year I can honestly say this is possibly the most exciting year of my 65 years I've been alive.
Wow.
All from networking. Things have happened that I've never done before. Okay? So then let me tell you about Elias, okay? Because we all know he's zany and he's optimistic and he's enthusiastic and he's bubbly, and sometimes I look at him and say, I want to have what he's having.
You don't want to know what I'm having, Randy.
I have one of those.
Yeah.
But,
it's legal.
And I said the same thing last year, but I'm going to say it again. I never forget, and I don't think you would either, if someone genuinely does you a favor and helps you, and out of the kindness of their heart, not wanting anything back. So I was with a different networking group, and we had this big fundraiser that was extremely important to me, and to a little 9-year-old girl that was in a coma. And the family needed money desperately. And we had about 70 local people, including Wade Brooks and Bill Muth, etc., show up, Elias. And people went overboard, bidding like $50 on a bottle of wine that's worth $7, Wade, and buying it. Bill Muth, I got to give him credit for this, because how many of us would do this? He brought a gift, which was like a motivational seminar package, and it was worth quite a bit of money. He started the bidding like $50. Nobody bid. He finally, I think, paid something like $100 to buy his own gift back so the family would have money. Bill Muth. Wow. That's paying it forward. Okay? Wow. And then for me, even though I'm doing some acting now and things like that, and I've been speaking for years, frankly, I lost my touch, and I was feeling quite a bit of stage fright, coming back to networking after working for the man for a while, and them not letting me speak. And then finally, at that comedy tweet-up, I had to do a little stand-up in front of the group for a real comedian, and having to do that and overcoming it made a big difference to me, and Elias was there on his own, not expecting anything, and he videotaped like an hour of the whole presentation. Now there's another guy there that was a really good videographer. he videotaped everything too. He was there for his own purposes, and what he did is he gave the remote mic to the comedian. Not 1 second of my presentation was on there, or my partner who coordinated the meeting, but yet he had a video that he could sell to her agent. Whereas Elias just put it on YouTube and it was available for everybody. Thank you, Elias. The other thing he did is, people don't know, he's actually a pretty damn good photographer. And he took a picture of me, and it's on my business card today. So I used it 2 years later. Wow. So I just want to say, you know, that some people pay it forward, and some people talk about paying it forward. Some people read book reviews on the Go Giver and talk about it, but they don't go give. Right? And if you do it, it's going to be worth it. It may take a long time, but it's worth it. It's like compound interest. Final comment is, I read a statement once, I have no clue where it came from. I'd love to take credit for it, but somewhere else. But it said, separately, very few of us can ever accomplish anything truly great. But together, we can all accomplish things that are truly great. So we got a network. And I want to introduce Elias because I really, really appreciate the opportunities he's given me. I've spoken about 3 or 4 different groups for him, and it's always been well received. And couldn't have done it without you. So here you are.
Thank you, Randy. Give Randy a round of applause. Randy, don't go anywhere yet. No, not yet. I know you're in pain, but how many of you here know who Randy Taylor is? Raise your hand if you know who Randy Taylor is. Who does not know who Randy Taylor is? Raise your hand. How many people here have never met Randy Taylor before? Before you leave this room tonight, connect with this gentleman here. He's a major center of influence in the Sacramento regional area, and beyond that, he's just a great all-around guy who will tremendously help you by paying it forward. Another round of applause for Randy Taylor! All right, let's get this party started here. First things first, I want to mention we have some great things coming up during the 3rd hour of this party. I know most of you, after a couple hours, are tired and you're ready to go home, right? Some of you drove a long way, right? Some of you even flew a long way to come here like Kimberly did. And she's flying back out to where she came from. That's a huge pay for us. So give Kimberly a big round of applause just for doing that. That's awesome. But, you know, we have a very special announcement to make tonight. We're going to be announcing our 2013 GNA Superstar Member of the Year towards the end of this presentation here. And shortly after 8 o'clock, once we end this, we're going to be doing something new this year, GNA Karaoke. Who's ready for that? Who's ready for GNA Karaoke? We actually got 8 people to do it. We had to hard sell them. Now, most of you who know me, I do not like it when people try to hard pitch me something, and that's totally against what we do here at the GNA, but I had to hard sell people on something that's going to give them more exposure, and people are going to remember them after the event, right? And what happens when you do something like karaoke, Alicia? What happens? You stand out, right? And how does that help your business? People will remember you, because if you do the same thing that 5 other people do, who are they going to remember? The person that stands out. Okay, so let's get this thing going. How's everyone doing tonight? You know what, Brian? That was actually pretty good for the first time. But was that good enough? Was that loud enough for the entire city of Tracy to hear that, Brian Schilling?
We need to step it up a notch.
We definitely need to step it up a notch. So let's try that once again with everything we got. How are you all doing tonight? Don't worry, they have their hearing aids off right now. I'm going to be rude. No, they're good people. We do respect this place here. So, anyway, I'd like to welcome you all to the 4th Annual Holiday Networking Extravaganza here at Emeritus Heritage Place. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Elias, Melas, and I am the president and founder of the GNA, and I'm so glad you could all be here tonight. I know it's a very, very busy time of the year, and I want to thank you all for choosing to spend this evening with the GNA. Just on that note, give yourselves a big round of applause just for being here tonight! So, 2013, another very interesting year. This has been one of the most interesting years that we've had. Wouldn't you say it's been rather interesting? Yeah. Right? Okay, I thought 2012 and 2011 were interesting, but this one was the one that put it over the top. Earlier on this year, in January, the GNA had just over 1,000 members. And as of today, almost 12 months later, we now have over 2,600 members, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you for that. So, big round of applause just for that. Thank you very much, everybody, for supporting us.
I also want to take this time to thank everybody that contributed something to make this event possible. If you contributed a food item, drink item, if you're a vendor, etc., if you had a part in making this event possible, please raise your hands up high and don't be shy. If you had a part in making this event possible, raise your hands up high. Come on, let's see them. Everyone else, give these people a big round of applause. And how about those vendors? Isn't this awesome? How many of you got around to visit all of our vendors? Okay, they took a lot of time to set up these tables. It's a lot of work to set up a vendor table and to tear it down, right? Lots of steps. So if you haven't had a chance to go around and meet our vendors, please go ahead and do so. These are very influential people that earned a free table here at the GNA. We do not sell vendor tables at the GNA. Many people ask that every year. Okay? People earn them. People that pay it forward tremendously, the previous 12 months will earn a vendor table at our Holiday Extravaganza. So if you would like to earn a table for the 5th Annual Holiday Extravaganza, what are you supposed to do starting now? One more time? Right, thank you. Okay, so what else do we have going on here? Okay, so right now, we're going to start to introduce all of our GNA leaders here. If you are a leader in the GNA, please come up to the front of the room. Margaret, Dennis, Dave, Brian's here. Elizabeth Morrison from Sunnyvale. I know you're out there somewhere. Local. And Debi Walsh also as well, coming up here too. Just line up over here, folks. Okay? First of all, I want to start off introducing two wonderful, amazing people that about a year and a half ago came to us and said, we want to get something going here in the city of Tracy, and we haven't looked back ever since. So let's please welcome Margaret and Dennis Edwards, your chairperson of the Tracy GNA Monthly Mastermind that meets here at this same location.
Thank you very much. Yes, it's been thrilling getting this group off the ground. I'll tell you, the reason why is because when I first met Elias, he said, no way, Tracy's too small, nobody will come.
Oh, I didn't know.
And I said, give me 6 months, if it's not working, that's okay. We're here a year and a half later, and we're going stronger than ever. So thanks very much for coming, and again, Merry Christmas and safe travel. Thank you.
Yes. Give Margaret a big round of applause. And if you want to know the real story, come and see me afterwards. I'm just kidding. No, she's partially true, but I meant well anyway. And what about you, Dennis? Dennis is the other co-chair, or the chairperson here actually, and he's actually married to Margaret. So, Dennis.
Yeah, what she said.
Oh no, Dennis, a little bit more than that, Dennis. Come on, you're a great speaker.
Hey, thank you. This is a great turnout. We absolutely enjoy having everybody here. I know you're from all around, and to show up here tonight. Well, it says everything to us. This is a growing organization, and just absolutely ecstatic that we're meeting new people ourselves in the same organization. So we need to get out more too. So are there going to be more parties?
Oh yeah.
So thank you all for being here, and hope you're enjoying yourself. There's a lot of food still, and let's get some dancing going.
Oh. About 15
well, Merry Christmas.
Give Margaret this a big round of applause. Thank you so much. Right now, I'm going to introduce our co-chairperson of the Tracy GNA Monthly Mastermind, Mr. Dave Garcia. Dangerous Dave Garcia.
Hello, DD.
Yeah, thank you all.
Is this thing on?
Thank you all for coming. Hello. Can you hear me?
Let me get there, Mike. I think that one is.
No, it sounds great.
No, it's okay.
You got to kiss the
Just talk
mic.
closer.
No, it's perfect.
That's good.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
That's perfect.
Stand in front of the speaker, Dave.
Yeah, I guess so. So anyways, I'm sorry for the whole affair. So yeah, thank you all for coming. Yeah, I met quite a few new faces tonight from Sacramento, Sonora, everywhere. So yeah, I thank all the new people for coming, and all the familiar faces. Thank you all the vendors, everyone that brought food. Yeah, it was another successful event, this year. So yeah, again, yeah, thank you all.
Right on. Thank you, Dave. Give him a big round of applause. Bigger. Dangerous Dave Garcia. That's his branding name. We gave him that here at the GNA. You like that, don't you, Dave?
Yeah, it's going on. Yeah.
All right. Now I want to introduce a wonderful gentleman I met earlier on this year who came on to our GNA executive team that's made a tremendous difference. He's our Assistant Central Valley Area GNA Regional Director, Mr. Anthony Butera.
Well, isn't this a wonderful event here?
It's a great event, yes.
You think it's a great event?
Yes.
Sure?
Yes.
Well, Modesto has the same type of event every month on a Wednesday. So if you like this, you're going to like our Modesto event. We meet the third Wednesday of every month at the Clarion Hotel. Noise is not an issue. And if you have products to sell, next month we're trying to make it go all the way till 11 o'clock at night.
Wow.
Because at 9 o'clock, 150 tourists walk in. And they have nothing to do except buy your product. So stay tuned to the GNA page. Thank you.
Are those the Merced tourists?
No, that's one heck of a pitch there, Anthony. Give Anthony a big round of applause. Thank you very much. And now I want to introduce a wonderful gentleman. Met about, what was it, about a year and a half ago or so?
Oh, happy birthday, Anthony. It's Anthony's.
Oh, well, we were going to get to that. Should we do that now?
Yeah.
Okay, we have a very special birthday here today. And what happens when someone has a birthday here at the GNA? We embarrass him. We sing him happy birthday. It's Anthony's birthday. So let's sing Anthony happy birthday on 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Anthony. Happy birthday to you.
Give a little applause for Anthony Butera. Okay. Okay, don't throw me off there, buddy. No. I don't get thrown off easily. And now I have the great pleasure and honor of introducing a wonderful gentleman I met, was it about a year and a half ago or so? How many of you here know Brian Schilling? How many of you know the name of his business? That's his name on Facebook. Who knows his name on Facebook? Zero BS Marketing, and the BS stands for Brian Schilling, by the way. Okay? Yes, it does. We're keeping it professional here tonight, right? But I met this gentleman right off the bat. I just noticed he has a very warm, inviting, and caring heart. He's also one of the biggest pay-it-forward people that I've ever met. He's also a great influence here in the Tracy community. So please welcome your Central Valley Area Regional Director, Mr. Brian Schilling.
Well, thank you for that warm welcome. It's really great to see you all here, and I'd just like to take a moment, to thank you all for coming, as if you haven't been thanking enough already. So I'm going to say thank you again, but more so to everybody that donated something to the event tonight, the food, the drinks, the beer. I haven't even got to the spirit bar back here yet, but we'll get there. Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Thank you guys for coming as well. Let's have fun tonight. Network around, mingle with everyone, and enjoy yourselves.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Another round of applause for Brian Schilling, your Central Valley Area GNA Regional Director. And I'll tell you, Brian, we have a lot of plans for the GNA coming up in 2014, right?
Yes, we sure do.
So,
Lots of good stuff.
Lots of good stuff. So stick around in 2014 there. And let's see, who do we have here next? I have the great pleasure and honor of introducing one of our co-chairpersons from our Sunnyvale GNA Monthly Mastermind who came all the way from the Bay Area. Please welcome Elizabeth Morrison to the stage. This is a big crowd, isn't it? This is like the biggest crowd you've ever spoken in front of, right?
I wasn't expecting this. I don't.
That's why we do it. Yeah.
But I'm just really glad to be here. As of yesterday, I really wasn't sure if I was going to make it because I had a ride that canceled. But I'd like to thank Robert Bates for giving me a ride with him. Getting to know you guys all in the future. And that's it. I don't do it.
Now, was that difficult? Elizabeth, wasn't that easy, right?
No.
These people love you, right? You love Elizabeth Morrison here. Love. That's what we do at the GNA. Because we feel like a lot of experience being in front of crowds. We help you get over that fear because that's part of growing your business and growing yourself. One more round of applause for Elizabeth Morrison. Okay, are there any other GNA leaders here in the house that we noticed? We don't want to forget you. Any other GNA leaders?
Stand up.
Oh. You know, I did that on purpose.
We know that.
But, you know, Debi Walsh here, I got to tell you, this lady is phenomenal. You know, I met her almost 3 years ago, and I remember I met her at an event in Citrus Heights, run by another organizer. I had my laptop on the table there. We used to meet at Logan's Roadhouse, and she spilled a beer near my laptop. And luckily, my laptop survived. It came that close, but it survived. And at that point, I was like, who the heck is this lady, right? But we kept running into each other, and I gotta tell you, she's been one of the most tremendous pay-it-forward people I've met. If it wasn't for this lady here, our Sacramento GNA monthly mastermind chapter that's been in existence now for almost a year and a half would not be there. And we've had many moves. I'll let her explain that to you. But I'd like to welcome you all. She's not only one of our co-chairpersons for the Sacramento GNA Monthly Mastermind, but she's also the director of membership of the GNA. Please welcome Debi Walsh. Debi Walsh from Facebook.
Do I really need the mic? Can
Yeah.
everybody hear me? No, I can't hear you.
I can't hear you.
Speak to the mic.
I'm not going to speak to the mic.
Okay, speak loud then.
Okay, so the GNA in Sacramento has moved, I believe, 5 times or something. I don't know. I lost count. We were even only at one place for one meeting, and I said, Elias, this is not going to work. However, there was other people in charge. I said, Elias, they may be in charge, but they really don't know what they're doing. Okay, you don't have a networking meeting downtown at 6 o'clock. On K Street.
We learned that the hard way, Debi.
Well, and I kept telling him, Elias, this is not going to work. This is downtown K Street. I used to work downtown K Street, and we would have to walk 6 blocks to park and go to work.
You used to work the streets?
New locations and promoting, even though we do have other people in charge, but lately they're not in charge. So I've just kind of
She's very blunt. Don't mess with her, but she means well.
Thank you, Elias. Thank you, everybody, because really, Elias has let me grow, let me speak. I'm not a speaker, but he lets me do it. So if you guys are interested in speaking, talk to somebody in your area. They'll let you speak.
How are you going to learn if you don't do it, right?
And we listen.
If no one gives you a chance, how are you going to learn? And at the GNA, we give everybody a chance, right, Debi?
Yes, he does, and everybody else. Whether they want to or not. Well, that too.
But see, Laura, when you walk out of here tonight, people are going to remember you because of that, right? And if they remember you, more than likely, they might end up buying something from you, right? Right? Isn't that a good thing? Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anything else, Debi?
No.
Another round of applause for Debi Walsh. Thank you, Debi. Give her a big round of applause. And now I'd like to welcome back to the stage Mr. Brian Schilling, our Central Valley Area Regional Director. He's going to introduce a couple of special people. So another round of applause for Brian Schilling.
Tonight, as you know, we have a couple of very excellent charities that we're supporting, and those of you that have supported them, first of all, I'd like, on behalf of them, thank you both. So to begin with, I would like to invite Lori Souza. Lori Souza runs a charity here in town called Case for Kids. And I'm going to let Lori tell us all a little bit about Case for Kids.
Hi folks, my name is Lori Souza. I'm a social worker for Environmental Alternatives Foster Family Agency. 11 months ago I started Case for Kids, and what Case for Kids is I had a friend that came to me with foster children, and when I was a case manager for Head Start, and foster children are literally placed with nothing. They come with the clothes on their back, and if they have anything, they're coming with garbage bags. And it's a nationwide problem, and it's happening everywhere. And so I thought, this is crazy. What are we doing? I mean, all of our tax dollars are going to this. Why aren't we helping these kids? And so I researched it for a while and figured out that I could start an organization to help these kids. And what we do is we have an intake form where we get all the child's information from a social worker or from a foster parent. We get the child's first name, the things they like, their size, and the size bed that they're sleeping in. We get a bin like the one you see there. We decorate it. We put the child's name on top so they have ownership over the case. And if they need to travel again, they have that. And each case comes with 3 sets of brand new clothes, a homemade blanket, a sheet set, toiletries, a Beanie Baby, and a book. And it's been a hard year, you know. We have our trials and tribulations, but it's been amazing because just this week alone, we made 15 cases. And, you know, it's bittersweet because that means 15 kids went into foster care this week. And what people don't understand is this is the busiest time of the year for foster care. Because stress is high, abuse is high, drug and alcohol abuse, neglect, all of that is at its highest at this time of the year. And through this organization, I became a social worker for foster care children. I was actually recruited by one of the agencies I was trying to deliver cases to, and they talked me into this. So I went back to school. I'm getting my master's degree in social work, and now we're doing Case for Kids all over the city of Tracy and Mountain House. And what we try to do is constantly, because we're personally funded, we get money to help do the cases, and we have people make the cases. So you know where your money is going. You make the case, you put the child's name on it, and you shop for the clothes. So you're not just giving out to the Red Cross world where you're not sure where your money goes. You're giving it to Molly or Anthony or whoever that you have been assigned. And then sometimes we let you deliver it and sometimes we can't because the foster parent wants to be anonymous. But you know that case is going to that child because nobody else gets it. And then with the homemade blankets and the sheet sets, it also becomes personalized for that child. Because the other thing that we found is that when a child gets to put their own sheets on the bed with a blanket that nobody else has that's been made, they take ownership of the bed. And it's not somebody else's bed. And foster children have even said, I don't want to ask a stranger for a toothbrush. These are the things we take for granted every single day. And I'm placing kids. Last week I placed a child, I'll be short, and she came out of Contra Costa County. Her mom was hanging out front of Target trying to make herself throw up and act crazy so she can go to the hospital and get drugs because she has drug-seeking behavior. And her 4-year-old was roaming around outside by herself in a t-shirt and underwear. They picked her up. The police officer actually took her into the store to buy her pants and shoes. She went to the assessment center. They called us up and said, we have a child. We delivered the child to the foster care home. Mom's in her 40s, has 2 adult sons. She just wanted to be a foster parent and take care of this little girl. I don't want mom out shopping for clothes and shopping for toys. I want her taking care of that little girl who just came. So if I can go and get this case and fill it up for her and help get her started and not have to worry about the material things that this child needs, then mom can focus on her. So that was one of the other biggest reasons why Case for Kids is so important. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Lori, also, you have an event coming up for one of your foster children that's graduated from the program.
Oh, yes, yes. The other thing, this will excite you guys, even though your money goes into it. California used to kick kids out of foster care at 18. We used to say, hey, you're 18, nice, boom, bye, have a nice life. 80% of men on death row come out of foster care. 90% of prostitutes picked up come out of foster care. The homelessness rate for foster care children is through the roof. And it's because they turn 18, everybody's made decisions for them their entire life. Somebody tells them what to do, how to wear, where to wear it, because social workers are always involved. I don't let my kids do anything. I'm constantly telling them no. They hate my guts, but that's all right. You know, I have a teen mom right now who's dating a drug dealer. Yeah, sorry, you can't see him. I know that's the baby's father, but I'm dealing with that right now. And these kids hate us for that, but we have to make decisions for them that they can't make themselves. So when they turn 18 and we kick them out of foster care, guess where they're going to go? They're going to go to the streets because this is what most of them know and this is where they're loved. So what California did is they actually implemented what's called AB 12, which now allows kids to stay in foster care until they're 21. And what we do is when they're 18, we say, okay, if you're working or if you're going to school or doing one or both, you can stay with the foster care social worker, but we're going to give you a stipend each month to pay your rent and give you some food products. So now what we're doing is, what I implemented was a housewarming. So when I know a kid is turning 18, I'll do a housewarming and have the community bring him food and clothing. And so like this Saturday, I have an 18-year-old that just moved to Modesto. He's renting a room in a house with some other guys, but he has nothing because he's been in 3 foster care homes in the last year and couldn't save up anything. He's getting a stipend to pay his rent, but other than that, what does this kid know? He doesn't know that blue and pink look stupid. You know? He doesn't know what food to buy or how to cook. Nobody's ever taught him these things. So now what we're trying to do is housewarmings for these kids turning 18, so that what you would do for your college kid, we want to do for these kids. If you can provide a laundry basket full of housewarming stuff, that's a blessing. Food is a blessing. Anything that you can give to help us send these kids off would be an absolute blessing. So this Saturday, we're doing a home warming for Junior. And currently, we're collecting money to do a surprise Christmas party for all the foster care kids in our program, to 120. And we have Mr. and Mrs. Claus coming. They have no idea. And so on the 17th, and we only have $900 more to raise out of $3,000. So we're trying to get gifts for all the kids, and Brighter Christmas is actually working with us to buy the gifts that cost.
That's a great segue.
I know!
Great segue.
Yeah, so he couldn't come. He texted me. He's taking care of Carly. Yeah, Brighter Christmas is another awesome organization. Their chairman, Steve Abercrombie, couldn't be here tonight. He had to take care of his daughter. But he was really regretful, sent me a text message, and he's amazing and does Brighter Christmas. And he helps the whole community, so I'll let you segue into that.
Sure. Thank you, Laura.
You're welcome.
So very briefly, the other charity we're working with, Lori alluded to, is Tracy Brighter Christmas. These are a program here in Tracy that helps low-income families that are seeking assistance. We give them food, turkey, canned goods, and most importantly, toys for the kids. So those of you that brought toys for the kids tonight, thank you very much for that. Those of you give yourself a round of applause for that.
Yeah.
Those of you from the area, there is a giving tree over at West Valley Mall that you can pull a name tag off the tree that has age, clothing size, shoe size, that you can get an item specifically for the kids and then bring it back to the table there at the mall to help support the organization. So, thank you very much for that. Elias?
Thank you, Brian. A round of applause for Lori and for Brian. Louder, come on, louder. Put the energy back up here. Okay. All right, there we go. So, we have just one very special announcement to make, and then we're going to do the raffle prizes quickly, and then we're going to get to karaoke. Who's ready for karaoke? Who's ready for karaoke? Okay, so now it's time to announce our GNA Superstar member for the 2013 year. And Brian, there are a lot of qualifications that go into that, right, Brian?
There's more than I can count, but the most important one is a person who is one of the most pay-it-forward people all year long. Right, Elias?
Exactly, Brian. The GNA Superstar Member of the Year for the previous 12 months is the absolute biggest pay-it-forward person that stands out to the GNA Executive Team. The GNA Executive Team gets together, every year, first week of December, and we look at what everybody does. And how many of you here are on Facebook? We haven't asked that. How many of you here are on Facebook? I think the question we should be asking is, how many of you here are not on Facebook? If you are not on Facebook, please raise your hands, because I'm going to hunt you down right now and ask you why.
Right here.
No one's going to raise their hand, right, Sean?
No, Bill's not raising his hand.
Because of Facebook, and we have the Northern California GNA Mastermind group page where all of our members are on, over 2,600 people, we see what everyone does. And where is the easiest way to pay it forward?
Facebook.
Facebook. And how do you do that? You click one button, it's called the... Not only the like is simple. The share button, come on, the like is too easy, Debi Walsh. You click the share button. Oh, I like what Debi just posted. I'm going to share it to my timeline and say something nice about it. I just like Debi, she stands out, right? Okay? So the 2013 Superstar Member of the Year goes above and beyond the call of duty. And this person, I'm going to tell you, you're going to all be really, really shocked, right, Brian? Brian and I are the one of the few people that actually know who this person is. This person is actually here tonight. Are they going to be quite shocked, Brian?
They're going to be more than shocked, and I think once you guys know who this person is, you'll understand.
Are you all ready to hear who our 2013 GNA Superstar Member is? Yes! Member of the Year? Okay, our 2013 GNA Superstar Member of the Year is Debi Walsh! Whoa! The floor is yours, Debi! Debi, come here, give me a hug, Debi! Debi, it's all, I'm retiring now. Come on, give a speech, Debi! Earned the highest prestigious GNA award. You gotta say something.
Okay, so
Get
on Facebook. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of you guys don't know, but I have a secondary page. Who knows who NorCal Advertising is?
What's it called? What?
NorCal Advertising.
Nope. Got to get on there.
Do you know how many of your guys' pages I have posted on that page? No. You guys all need to go home and go look, because you're on there, Jeannie Felix. You're on there. I believe you two are on there.
I'm on there.
Ryan's on there.
Wow.
Kimberly, I believe you're on there.
Wow.
That are not here tonight. Well, thank you guys, because actually the last month, well, the last 3 weeks, who pays attention to my timeline and my posts? Who's been going to Placerville 3 days a week?
You.
Yeah, so do you think I even have time to do stuff? But who's still been doing it? Do you know this man yesterday called me and says, can you not go get beer? Can you go get blah, 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 blah?
I asked you nicely.
He did, but I'm talking, and on Wednesdays, I clean my aunt and uncle's house. So I'm like, okay, Elias, you need to make this fast, because I'm cleaning, and today has already been a really screwed up day anyhow, so hurry it up. And then first he's telling me blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, Elias, hold on, I need pen and paper. Then he's saying, no, blah, blah, blah. Like, Elias, okay, what is it? A, B, and C, or D, F, G? You know? But, well, because he kept changing his mind what he wanted me to go to the store and go get.
I was getting like 20 IMs at the same time, by the way, from everybody hammering me at the last minute, even though they've promoted this for the last 3 months.
The thing is I do promote a lot of people, and I post a lot of stuff on the GNA and everything, so thank you.
Yes, you do, Debi. You're awesome.
Let's have a applause for Debi Walsh. You got to connect with her. You definitely want to connect with her. You know, I'll tell you something. Some people will say, you know, Debi's a little rough around the edges, but you know what? I love Debi's style, and we need more people like her. She made a tremendous difference to the GNA, and she's also a great longtime friend of mine now. So another round of applause for Debi Walsh. Okay, so now we're going to wrap up this segment here. We're going to bring back the chairperson of Tracy GNA, Margaret Edwards, to do the raffle prizes here. So Margaret Edwards, the floor is yours. We need to burn through this pretty quickly. Please welcome her back to the stage.
We have one more, actually 2 more things to do before we move on to the raffle that Elias does not know about.
Exactly.
Oh, no. You're not going to... No.
The floor is yours.
Oh, man. I have to sing tonight.
Get up here, Elias.
Come on.
Okay, I think it was about a month ago, Elias posted something about working in your underwear. Who remembers that post?
Yeah. Is he getting some underwear? Is that the free? Is he getting some work clothes, Debi?
Yeah, and you know...
Are you kidding me?
You know what? Sometimes maybe you should post
Watches her braids.
because it's going to come back and haunt you.
Give Debi a round of applause. Thank you. You know what? No, I will. I will not wear it in public, but I will try it on the seat of fits. Privately.
Do a selfie, okay? You just got a photo op.
What I suggest, watch what you post on Facebook, because guess who pays attention? Careful with laying down.
All right, this will hit Facebook before I blink my eye.
Pastor, we like to check your iPhone.
Okay. You know what? Let's see how great PR, right? Great PR.
You're not done with that thing.
Okay, photo ops.
We got you though. You didn't expect that to.
Oh yeah, because let me tell you, I can't explain.
I like the bag too, by the way.
And we're not done yet, Elias.
Wait, while you're still on the nice list. Okay, let's move on. We got these.
Well, we're not done yet.
Oh, boy. With who?
More today.
With who?
You.
Oh no! You're not gonna do it too. No, the 2 weeks of. Oh no! Like.
Yes.
Oh
Friday.
no! You're not gonna do December 17th, are you? Oh no!
Okay, so the next 3 weeks is a pretty quiet period in the GNA because of Christmas, but that's not the real reason. This man has a birthday. So what we do in the GNA when somebody's got a birthday, well, we're not going to have an opportunity to do it. We're going to do it right here, right now. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elias. Happy birthday to you.
Thanks, everybody.
You know when I was dreading this tonight about my birthday? You know, after you do this a while, these things come up, people do it right. But you know when I was really dreading it? What? Do you know how old I'm going to be this year, Brian?
40. Oh boy.
Yes,
I'm 50, yeah. No, I'm hitting the big 4-0.
Big deal.
So, I'm still a single man, single and married, no kids. But, thank you.
There's no difference. 45, 50, 55, 60. That's better.
Gets better.
Working
Okay, before I turn this back over to Margaret, I would like to have everyone here join me in thanking Elias for putting together such a great event tonight. This would not be happening at all without 3 months of planning. I don't think this is running, let me know. Without 3 months of planning, tedious legwork, chasing people down, chasing me down, chasing Margaret down, Dennis, Debbie, you name it. Elias has been awesome putting this whole event and this whole organization together. Let's hear it one good time for Elias.
And you know what else is really nice is that I couldn't do it without my pal Brian, Big Brian, and without Dangerous Dave, wherever he is. I couldn't do it without those guys. And my husband, Dennis, who's also my co-chair. So, you know, we work as a team, we help each other out, and that's what all GNA is all about. So we sure appreciate you all coming in. Okay, here's how we're going to run the raffle things. Thank you very much for bringing whatever you brought. I have this makeshift little bowl here. If you want to put in your business card, we'll just raffle some stuff off, okay?
We got to do it quick because we're running low on time.
Can we bring the...
Come on up, everybody. Put your business card in the bowl.